Well, good evening. My name is Jen Holschlag, and everybody's doing the 10-year challenge now, and it was cute. Somebody did one of 10 years ago. They were using candles, and now they're using like the vanilla essential oil. So I thought that was kind of neat. And then I was like, oh, 2012. That is when I started with Young Living. So it's hard to believe it's been 10 years already that that I have been blessed by Young Living and by all of the friendships and everything with it. So I'm excited to get to talk a little bit about the business. And if business scares you, you can think of it as sharing and just really caring for people. So if you have an oil, grab it. Because that's one of the things I was convicted at a convention several years ago, is that I do not use these precious gifts enough. So in case you wonder what I used, this is present time. I also have a couple others that I have here. Daily Divine. I have been doing I don't even know what it's called, but the Daily Divine, the trio of oils that go with that. And then this is Freedom, because we can all use freedom. So I am excited to share tonight. And so looking at sharing Young Living, and it was kind of neat to talk to Julie a little bit beforehand, and she is the perfect example of how you share. You just listen and you hear a story from someone, and they're like, oh, it's not very long before they will tell you that, oh, well, this hurts, or this, either it's a physical need or a financial need or whatever. So and that was where she did such a nice job and just shared, hey, I'm not, and one of the things I like to say is, I'm not sure if this is for you, but this might be something you could try. And that way it's not like we're telling them what to do, but they're kind of curious. And sometimes they say yes. And there's been another time when a gentleman was coughing, and I mean, coughing like bad, like the poor guy. I'm like, that has to be painful. And I offered him, I don't even remember what oil I offered him. He said, nope, nope, nope. I'm like, okay, that's fine too. They're not everybody is at the same place that we are. So, with sharing a little bit is why do Young Living? As we know, things right now, things are uncertain. So it's always good to have our options open and have other additional things. You can be your own boss and set your own hours. You can take time off and still get paid because of the residual income. The oils are easier to share than many other things. The thing that I love about it is they're consumable. So people are often they're buying other ones. There are other network marketing companies out there that have phenomenal products, but they either have to come out with something new or whatever. So consumable is a huge benefit for me. And then just to see the people experiencing the health freedom as well as the financial freedom. And the relationships. Like, one of my favorite things about Young Living is the people that I have met. And I look back and I look at how my life has been changed because of the relationships that I met and improved. And I'm looking, like today, convention tickets went on sale. And whether you choose to do it in person or virtual, I would encourage you to get your convention ticket. And just because you go out you get to see, that's why I have this background today. You get to see the farms and just be around like-minded people. And I don't know, convention is just a really, really neat opportunity. One of the things that people will often say, well, I can't share because I don't know enough people. It doesn't matter. I look at my organization, and a lot of the people that are on our team, I didn't know when I started. So you meet people along the way, and when you're intentional about it. So, and sometimes it's not even you who know the people, it's a friend who knows the people. So that definitely helps too. One of the other things they talk about is, when you think, oh, I have to be a good speaker. And you know what? So many of this is just caring about somebody, and you don't have to say all the exact words, and you don't have to know all the answers, because it's okay to say, you know what? I don't know. And one of the phrases I like, all I know is, and then just share what you do know. Because I used to get into well, let me find out. And I would be doing all this research for people. And what I found is when people do their own research, they're a lot more vested. And so giving them the tools to research rather than feeling like they always have to come to us is definitely is definitely what I found helpful. And that way, then it's freedom for them and freedom for you, that they're not calling you every time and then expecting you to get back to them within just, very quickly. So, and again, everybody can do what works for them. I have one friend that she likes to be the go-to person. She likes them coming to her, and that works for her. So, um, we're all unique, and that's the great thing. Is I look at like how people build, and that's one of the things that like. If building online works for you, then do it online. If it's meeting face to face or meeting via Zoom, just do whatever works for you, and then do it consistently. So Young Living, we get paid in there are 4 ways that we get paid, actually 3. So we get earned 25% on everything they purchase for the first 3 months. So that is a generous bonus. And the reason that Young Living does it that way is because they know when people are getting started, it's there's a little bit more to it, because we're so excited, and it's like, okay, how do I use these oils and what do I do? So, and Britta has a handout. I don't have it with me, but it's really good about getting started and how to help people get started off right. The other way, commissions, you earn 8% on your first level, 5% on level 2, and then 4% on levels 3, 4, and 5. So that way, it's Young Living is helping you build your organization. So, and then there are different ranks and recognition. One of the things Young Living is so good at, it's kind of neat to see all the pictures now, because the diamonds and platinums are out in Salt Lake City doing a New Year's kickoff, and it looks like they are having a blast out there. So that has been fun to watch. So youngliving.com, there's all kinds of information in your virtual office. And that way you can look at, like in virtual office, there's all kinds of things that answer your questions. And another reference that I am using this is by Jen O'Sullivan. Oh, it's even the right way. How does that happen sometimes? And she talks about our choice freedom. And that is just so important, because when you have the opportunity, then you have the opportunity for choices. So, and a lot of it is about mindset. And, because it's easy to say, oh, I'm going to do this, and then break that promise to yourself. But it's really keeping the promise to yourself about being consistent. As well as time freedom is another thing that is definitely beneficial when you share with Young Living, or even just, it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be a diamond. You can choose what level makes sense for you. And then, of course, the financial freedom is definitely on there as well. And so it goes back to mindset. And what did I do? All right, I had my notes. Oh, here are my notes. So a belief in yourself that you can do it, because your leader believes in you, we believe in you, but the big thing is what you tell yourself. So, and I think it was in some of the social media training that was earlier this month, and they talked about motivation, and motivation just doesn't last, but it's commitment, and just commit to being consistent. And even if it's talking to one new person a day, it doesn't have to be, a huge goal. You can be, or not even one new person a day, talking to one person a day about Young Living. And that can be a product you choose. That can be the product. That can be about the business. That's the great thing, is you get to do your business the way that you want to do it. And then for me, I know what's most helpful is the accountability, that I do best when I am accountable to someone. So that is definitely something. And like, you can post in the hub. Britta has a group, a Marco Polo group, which if you haven't used Marco Polo, you can think it's intimidating. It's not. It's super easy. You can just, like, I ask questions in the group. So there is an Infuse Marco Polo group. And if you want more information on that, let Britta know, or you can definitely let me know too. And the nice thing is you can just, hey, I had someone ask me this question. Because one of the things was about order processing every 2 to 3 months. And how have you handled that? Or because it comes up in our missing reports. And I don't want someone to think that their order didn't process if they intended for it to not process. So that Infuse group is great. Marco Polo is an app, so you just download it. So that is one way that you can do that. And then in the social media training, another thing that they had talked about were our gains. And so like we in our head, we say, well, I want to be here and we should on ourselves a lot. I want to be here right now. But really it's looking back. It's like, how far have we come and what lessons have we learned by doing it? And the consistency of it. And I just look back and I think of how much our family and my life and lives of our family has improved because of not only the relationships, but the amazing products. Like we're healthy. Like we don't have to go. I mean, we go to the doctor, but I feel like we go and they're like, oh, wow, you haven't been here for a long time. It's like, yes, we're just healthy and we take care of ourselves. So that is definitely priceless, because then you are not missing work, which means missed income. And I'm always concerned about what am I going to be exposed to when I'm in the doctor's office. So you don't really have to worry about any of that. And so does it mean that you would step out of your comfort zone? Yes. And sometimes you're talking to people that maybe you wouldn't necessarily talk to, not in a bad way, but I think of like the relationships, like I've gotten people's phone numbers and contact information because not even if I have something for them right now, what happens is as you're going through your day, you think, oh, well, I could help them with, they had mentioned that they were looking for a good mechanic or whatever. It doesn't have to be Young Living specific. And I just found one in their neighborhood or whatever. So just getting contact information. And then a big thing is following up with them. So it's about creating relationships, and so that people know that you care about them and not just you're not just trying to sell them a product. And within Young Living, that's it just tends to be easy because the people that we attract, we're caring people. So like I had someone, I use a service called Project Broadcast, which actually sends out texts. And I had someone, I sent them a text and I said, can you please follow up with me in January? Well, this is a good reminder because it's now already, in mid-January, and I haven't followed up yet, but there is a reminder in my phone for me to do that. So the way I remember to follow up is I either put it in a file, and then like for January, I have it by dates, or set something in my phone as just a reminder. So that as a to-do in my phone, or I set a lot of alarms on my phone. Like for convention tickets today, I had an alarm reminder going off, and it was a good thing because I knew that it was today, but yeah, things get busy or whatever. So it's like anything else that we get to choose our words carefully, and we get to make the time for it. So with that, we schedule things, and like I put reminders in my phone and set alarms, and I'm trying to think of other ways following up. There's again, it's using what system works for you. You certainly don't have to have Project Broadcast. You can send individual texts. Today I got a message from someone that said, hey, I just woke up this morning and I was thinking about, or I woke up today and I was thinking of you. So and she's in network marketing. So I'm thinking, well, maybe, she has a call tonight. I don't even know what product it is. But even if it is that's not offensive. It's like, hey, everybody wants to know that they're being thought of. And, we know when it's genuine. And was she just trying to get me on this call tonight? I don't know. But maybe it was because she thought it was something that I could use. So, and people always have the chance to say no to us. If it's something that's not right for us, I mean, they can say no, and that's okay. So, and in addition, probably one of the biggest things of sharing is just being intentional about it. And Jules, you mentioned that you have a thing in your phone, which is really cool, that I'm guessing it's the desk reference app that you share. And that is always very helpful to have information that's so a third party source so that you don't feel like you have to know everything, that then you can share. You don't have to be the expert because excuse me, it can be tiring feeling like you have to know all of this. Thanks. Thanks, Jules. Yeah. My EO app. That is a great one. And I think that's even by Jen O'Sullivan. And yeah, that is a great one. There are other ones. Life Science has, yep, Life Science has one as well. And theirs is coming back. So that definitely is good. And one of the other things that I really like by Jen O'Sullivan is supplements. Her supplements guide. Uh, it not only talks about the benefits of it, but when to take it and what substitutions. It's not all that expensive. I think it's $20-ish, but definitely a good investment in your health. Now, I know tonight we're talking about business things, but this is definitely helps that you can, because you can share it and then you don't have to be the expert. And I mean, you talk about sleep essence, I mean, the supplements. So this, I really like Jen's book for supplements, because people often think, oh, you're that oils person. And maybe it's like, well, I don't use oils, or when I hear well, not quite often, but sometimes, well, I don't like smells, and I have asthma, and it triggers asthma attacks, which we don't want to tell someone they're wrong. But pure essential oils, it's probably unlikely. But who knows what they've been exposed to? They've been exposed to ones that are not pure, because now, 10 years ago when I started, there weren't other essential oils, but now there were some. But now it seems like they're everywhere. And it's just really, it goes down to listening to people, and they will tell you what their need is, or they'll tell you what their concern is, or they're like, nope, I tried that network marketing and I'm done with it. And it's like, hey, you know what? That's fine. I understand. And you could ask them, if you feel comfortable, you could ask them, well, do you want to tell me a little bit more about it? Because maybe just the timing wasn't right, or who knows. And maybe that's not their thing, but they could definitely benefit from our products, because we have amazing products, life-changing products. So I think that is about all that I have for this evening. But I just encourage you, there are so many blessings when we share. So I just encourage you to share, and especially like this time of year, people, like, we're talking about, there's debt from Christmas things and all that as well. So, okay, so there's the financial part of it. People want the freedom part of it. And then people also want the health. So there are just so many different ways that we can go, and that we can share, and that we can, that we have available. So thank you so much for joining in. I encourage you to share. And if an easy way to share is to invite someone to one of these classes, and or like we can sit down with them, we can do a Zoom with them too, because you don't have to know it all. So just keep up the good work. I know several of you have been sharing, and that is awesome. And it's exciting as we start the new year and we see all of the possibilities. So I want to let you know that I believe in you, because our community is amazing. And it'd be selfish to not share that with others, to either share our community and or our friends, because people are lonely. Our community, people are lonely, and then also our products too. So with that, I will stop our recording, and everybody have a great evening.